Now let us see the image of the check, how it looks like. See the check image. We will start with the security features in CTS checks. If you see that the bank's logo is printed with invisible ink, you can see the logo of HDFC Bank, which is on the center of it. And if you look at, there is a red color on the outer line, and there is inside there is a blue color. This is the logo of the bank. You would have seen elsewhere, whenever you travel, you cross the HDFC Bank, this particular logo is always there. Same logo is printed on the check basically, and this can be seen only with the ultraviolet. When you do the image of the check in your scanner, this is being read by the system. If this particular logo is not available in a check, then the system will reject it, and then this will not get passed. That is the way the system is reading this particular CTS checks. Okay, so the logo is very, very important, and without this logo, without the security feature, the check will not get passed. We will see the next one. This is the void pantograph. If you look at this particular space, this looks like this is on the white color with some background. So this is the way HDFC Bank check looks like. So this can be also be read by the scanner. Let us see the next one. See, on the check, there is on the left hand side, if you read that, there's a small print on that, which is the name of the printer who has printed this particular checks. It talks about some Shashai, and it says CTS 2010 and with some numbers. So this is a must, and we will come to know that who has printed this particular check. So this is also one of the important security feature of CTS check. If you look at, there is a rupee symbol available on the CTS check, and it is also should to be readable, because they cannot put any other symbol over there. They cannot put some numbers. They have to write INR and then amount. Instead of writing INR, there is a symbol, which this symbol is represents the INR, right, rupee. See, now we can talk something about the date. If you look at the date column on the check, see here, it is starting with the DD. You have to put the date. If today is 9th July, then you have to put 09. Then there is MM. There are two columns for MM, month, and again you have to put 07. Then here there is a four columns, so that 2020. Only this is the way you have to write the date, and you cannot write in a different patient. If you write in a different patients, then the check maybe get rejected by the system. Also, in early days, when you write a check, some people used to have the habit of cutting the date. If there is a date is wrong, then they write on the top of it saying that they can write the date as, for example, they put a small cross like this, and then they write 0907 and 2020. This is totally not acceptable. What happened? The system will totally reject it. You have to use only the boxes, and you have to put the correct date over there. If you are not filling it correctly, then the check will not be acceptable for payment. So it may get rejected. Okay, understand? Then you can see the account number. There is a account number available here, and then there is a pay column where you have to write the pay name and then amount in words. Okay, this is the check number, which is the first column. This is your MSCR code basically. The first 3 digits talks about your bank name, and the second is your branch name. Third is the number of branch. This is the bank, this is the branch, and this is the number. Let us now move on to the next feature of the check. Now it talks about signature space indicator. It's very clearly highlighted over here. You can see that this is the space meant for signature. The customer the drawer of the check has to sign it the way which he signed all the instruments. and he would have given a specimen signature to the bank, and he need to sign this particular check on the same manner. Okay, you shouldn't change your the mode of putting the signature. The signature should tally with the signature you have given at the time of opening the account. Okay, so these are the some of the security checks or security features, we can call it, for the CTS check. Let us just recapitulate one by one again. That is, logo of the bank, it should be available on the check. Then we spoke about pantograph, where this is the way it looks like. Each bank or has its own pantograph. So HDFC's pantograph is like this. Then we spoke about the name of the printer. Name of the printer to be mentioned on the check so that the system can read who has printed it. Then the rupee amount is need to be identified on the check by the system. Then again the system need to identify the signature, who has signed the signature. Okay. Now go to an example. See, Mala has invested in shares of several joint stock companies. So you heard about investment. One can save his money and invest in a bank. He can invest in a company as a fixed deposit. He can buy shares from companies. He can invest in debentures. So there are various avenues available for an individual who can do the investment. Similarly here in our example, Mala has invested some money in shares, and that too she has invested in shares of different companies, in joint stock companies basically. So when you invest in a company, every year the company declares some profit, or sometimes the company may incur a loss also. That is possible. Let us assume that this wherever Mala has invested, the company is end up in some savings, some profit every year. So when the company is earning a profit, the company is used to share that profit with the shareholders of the company. Okay. So now if you look at, Mala has to receive shares from the companies where she invested the money. So how she can receive it? Unless she has a bank account, and the company cannot send the money by way of a dividend, right? Even if she get the dividends are in a hard copy, it looks like your check or a draft. Okay, that is the way it looks like. Suppose if she receives the dividend and she has to go to her bank and then deposit the dividend, so that the bank can collect the dividend on her behalf from the bank where the company has kept the money for dividend purpose. That is the way it looks like. But here the question is, what could be the easiest way for Mala to receive the money? Either it's a physical dividend to come to her house by post or by courier, and then she goes to the bank to deposit the dividend, and then the bank can send the dividend to the company's banker. In turn, the company's banker can debit the company's account and they send the money to the Mala's bank. Mala's bank in turn credit the proceeds into Mala's account. This is the way the cycle happens when you present a dividend or a check into your account for collection. So now the question is, what is the easiest way? Is the physical movement of dividend is okay, or you want to collect that, or you want to get the dividend money directly to your account through some electronic mode? Let us see how this operates. That is the one part of it. There is another part is that Mala can instruct the direct credit of dividend to her bank account. Is it possible or not? See, generally in a manual days, what happens there? The dividends used to come to Mala's place and Mala goes to her bank and deposit. That is the way we discussed. And there is the other way of doing it is that Mala can give instruction to the company directly, saying that you can send the dividend to my bank. So what happens, the stock company where Mala has invested, that company can send the money directly to Mala's account without sending it manually. That is possible. That is, the money moved from the joint stock company's current account with some X or Y bank to Mala's account with A or by A bank, right? I can just repeat with an example. Let us see, let us think it over. Mala has shares with Ashok Leyland. Okay, Ashok Leyland can send the dividends to Mala's house. Okay, that is one way of doing it. Then Mala can present the dividend into her account for collection. And you know how the collection happens, so that the bank can collect the dividend money and credit to her account. Instead of sending the dividend to Mala's place, Ashok Leyland directly send the dividend amount to Mala's account with SBI. Clear? So that she need not go to her bank and deposit the dividend, and the bank can send the collection. All those activities have been wiped out in a simple transaction wherein the joint stock company can directly credit the money into Mala's account. Is it clear now? Okay, let's move on.